Let's see if this one can really hold up to the last ones. The last one really had a big emotional impact to me. And the first one I missed, unfortunately. Ah, there's Zhongli and the storyteller again. I feel like that's every single time we go here.
Say hi to Xiangling first. Huh? Xiangli? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
Oh? Why, the pleasure is all mine. As is the surprise, surely.
Really, is it that surprising that we're coming for the Lantern Rite? I don't think so.
It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Yeah, well, things have been going.
Setbacks are inevitable over the course of a long journey. If you wish to share what's troubling you, allow me to lend my ear. There is no need to shoulder all burdens by yourself.
That's nice, but that's one burden that we shall not share with anyone.
You are too kind.
So, Zhongli, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea.
However...
I had planned to take a walk to Qingse village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Okay.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
And what do you use them for anyways? Like, just for, like, the aroma? What?
Wait, Paimon knows! Because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right?
Like osmanthus wine.
Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
Since when is Paimon such a connoisseur?
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed.
I can't relate to Paimon anymore.
Lanternrite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna end up working instead of, like, having fun with our friends, but fine.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
You just make that sound way too good. I'm already drooling.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Since when can Paimon do that? Oh, she looks so adorable with that. But she's completely in.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
I'm ready to go when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
No pun intended, Paimon.
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Liyue will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you. The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
I understand. We'll check in with you later at the Wangshan funeral parlor, which is not really the place I was intending to go, but...
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, Zhongli.
Take care now, you two.
I could have done that.
Help!
Did you hear that?
Well, first of all,
Help.
cute.
It's coming from
And
over there.
what is happening? Someone drowning? Rescue a drowning man, yeah, okay.
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
Oh. Wait, are you kidding me? He's not really from Fontaine, right? Please tell me he is. Please tell me he is.
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here.
The
Oh,
little radish.
a little girl?
Wait, you didn't notice that earlier?
Greetings, everyone.
Aw.
My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
Ah, that's so cool. Well, I guess then we're only missing people from Snezhnaya now and Natlan, right? And I don't think people from Snezhnaya besides Child would come. So cool. So this year is really everyone. Everyone is there.
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery, and before long, I was completely lost.
He looks like a magician, by the way.
Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
You could have died.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful
How old
next
is
time.
Yao Yao? She's like, I don't know, maybe 6? And he's speaking to her like, yes, ma'am. You are absolutely correct. Oh, no, and he's... Yeah, well, we're all hungry. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up.
She's like the embodiment of the Chinese spirit, right?
I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the 4 of us?
Can I eat the little bunny?
Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon! You're welcome.
Wanna give her head pets? Not only you want to do that.
Mmm, so tasty. If only there were more.
More, Paimon? Really? You already had a Sumter Beast share.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was gonna run into you, I would have made a second batch.
No, you're not Paimon's personal catering service. Please don't do that.
Hope you're taking notes, Traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon.
Paimon, if you weren't so picky, you could eat like so much stuff. We have like 20 plates filled with pancakes. We have dozens of soup. We have like a dinner for 200 people. You just need to eat the things I make.
What do you think, sir? Are Liyue snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
What is Fontaine again? Fontaine is like France? He misses croissants. Probably. Like the more buttery flavor. That might be what he's missing.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Oh.
Iridescence tour?
That sounds somewhat familiar, yeah.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, It's a long story, so
What is the
I'll spare
board
you the
doing?
details.
What
But
is the-
anyway, so
okay.
the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Paimon. Maybe it's private.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, I love listening to stories. We want to hear it too.
If he's willing to tell, of course.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning.
I mean, that sounds somewhat similar to you without the music.
When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind. In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home. Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called The Lady Overlooking the Lake. People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
That's a nice tale, though. I mean, probably not right, but it's cute.
Wow.
At its heart, it's a true story, but a nice legend, of course.
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too romantic and detached from reality. But I understand the original story and its historical grounding better than anyone else. I wanted to find out the truth of this tale, so I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants.
Wait, well, I should... what were you guys talking about? Wait, wasn't Xinyan in the festival, but it got cancelled? Yeah, I think so. Yep. That's why I said it was it sounded kind of similar. At least I think it was this one. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was this one. And yeah, that's the one where we're doing the domain with little paperclip samurai and child and Xinyan, right? Yep.
Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago, so I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack. I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Aw.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still,
I sure hope so.
I understand how you must feel. Paimon too! It's like... imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
Tragic. Very tragic.
Paimon would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh. Well, that could boil it down to a few people.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself. I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom, but more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music. So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate. A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue, so I followed their advice and made my way here.
Well, that settles it then. Liyue it is. Or was.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Are you sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Jingsa Village.
That happens? Oh god. Well, I guess scammers exist even in Genshin.
Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so on.
She's speaking from experience.
Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff. And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of Mora on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the Statues of the Seven along the way.
Ah, well, now it sounds... Ah, well, my confidence level are sinking rapidly.
Oh dear. Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu?
Oh yeah. I want to see her again.
I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That sounds like a pretty damn good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all. You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern Rite.
Yep. Let's get moving then.
All right, well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
Anna, you're fine. You're cool,
Okay,
man.
everyone, please follow me. I'll be your guide.
Follow
Remember
me.
to watch where you're going, okay? Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job. Oh well, Paimon will just be a cheerleader instead.
Joke's on you. You've always just been a cheerleader. Imagine you're a new player right now. And you're coming to Liyue for the first time and this is what you see. Damn, that's glorious.
Wow. Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration.
Yep.
It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Oh, no doubts there. If anyone disagrees with Paimon in that sentence, feel free to leave. The door is there.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself. The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious.
Oh yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
You know, it would be half as awkward if you weren't just like chasing me like 2 meters behind me. You could just walk next to me. That would be helpful and not making this look so cringe, but you know, you do you.
Hey everyone! Fancy meeting you all here.
Completely
What a nice surprise!
did not notice her jumping into the screen. You fit the color scheme of the surrounding way too much. You're like in camouflage. Nice to see you.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler Paimon and Mr. Dvorak, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've known them all for quite a while.
I was about to say, yeah, of course she knows us, but why does she know him? But yeah, we've been going over that already. Yeah, but of course they know each other.
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Sad.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lanternrite music festival? Yes, please!
Pyrons instantly in. And I'm too. If they're gonna sing, if they're gonna perform, I don't care. It's gonna be perfect.
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel.
I have the Mora.
Moreover, I've never worked with the
funding.
Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Don't worry, I have time. We can do this.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
God, if they're really gonna do it and did not plan it yet, they're gonna be in for a treat rushing that.
Uh-huh, that's right.
They're
Miss
really
Kuching and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean, what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
Is Xinyan from Liyue, or where does her, how does her accent happen? She's from Chinatown, basically, and has like the most American, oh well, I guess it's more of a Texas or Texan accent. It's so strange to me. I think a music festival would be a huge hit. Would be great.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
Yeah, I think we have plenty of people to pick from now when we want to look at artists.
My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
But what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
No way, right?
What do you take me for?
Yeah.
If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lanternrite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Wait, Barbara and Xinyan have the same voice? You gotta be kidding, no way. Damn, really? What? Crazy. That's crazy. I mean, Barbara's of course not her natural voice range, I think. But still, that's crazy. It's so cool.
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a
This
shot.
guy.
But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan. You've got this,
So
Xinyan!
kind.
So about this senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now, is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Zhongli. She's mentioned you two before.
Why?
Zhongli's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
1 hour later.
Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Oh, calm down now, dear.
Oh, that's how she
I'm
sounded.
not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the Lantern Rite, are we?
Yep, greetings.
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Master! The Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival!
Oh, an old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
Yeah, but we need to organize it first, so... Gonna be a bit of a trouble.
Oh, right! Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations.
Absolutely.
Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated. And so, I look forward to it immensely.
But she has an open mind, that's great.
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
She poisoned us with some kind of sweetness.
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well, I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with. Yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
Yao Yao is such a great emotional support character. She's just praising you for everything. We are here on the behalf of Chi-Chi. We are here to find more cocoa goat milk.
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
Damn. They don't even get off on those days.
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried Qingshan leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Kinda. Well, don't listen to Paimon, but she's kinda right though.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid.
Yeah.
I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
He's just standing there, and they don't, just staring at them.
Ah, Paimon will do the honors.
Paimon tells Ganyu everything about Mr. Dvorak and how we met. Probably something more, but I couldn't read it.
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too fast?
Yes, you did. I couldn't even read it.
It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
Oh, she probably said that we're doing like the musical stuff. Whatnot. Why do I feel like we're doing a musical? We're doing a music performance. There we go. She doesn't seem to like it.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life.
We already checked that out, don't worry. Well, we asked Madame Ping. That's like the only person we asked.
The
Well,
Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
Yeah, I do see what she means.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I
Yeah?
will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's
There
festivities.
we go. That's a nice trade-off.
Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
Yep. I mean, to me that's perfectly fine. We're not stealing anyone's thunder, but we're gonna end it on a high note.
Yes.
Perfect.
My thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons, and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Yeah, I don't think we know that at this point. That could be a problem.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever. I couldn't agree more. Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything. I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me. Wow! Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Paimon, really? Just trying to freeload again. We've been
I'm
over
afraid
this.
my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet. Apart from lotus flower crisps, what else do you like? Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Yeah, unfortunately she does like that. Still not a big fan of that.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
Well, that was quick, considering that we still don't know what's really gonna happen, but
Not at all.
sure, you do you.
Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message. Yao Yao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I sure hope she's aware of that.
I will.
Or maybe not, apparently not.
Okay.
I mean, she's a
I
goat.
should be getting
yeah,
back.
well,
If Yo-Yo stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick.
yeah.
Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern Rite.
You too, little Yao Yao. We'll see each other.
Thank you, Yao Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime.
I hope every single person, with no exceptions, I hope every single person in Fontaine wears like a top hat. If not, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Greetings, Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal.
Nice.
Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Perfect.
Yay! That's awesome!
That's unbelievably efficient, and well, I guess that's partially because we worked with good old Kuching and Ganyu. They're so good.
Please.
You have those people
The
you can make
Qixing
everything
have a
happen.
duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step.
Or everyone in Fontaine will have a hat, small or big, because French.
On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Guizhong. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right, time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
Yes.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yeah, he was lacking confidence, gonna be honest, but I do understand why.
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most fluent in.
So what about the ancestor and the fair lady? Any questions?
Oh, that. That can wait for another time.
Okay, if you say so.
Ganyu? What's wrong?
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot. Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
I kind of hear that it still hurts him a bit. But yeah, maybe afterwards, right?
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus. What do you think?
That is certainly what I was thinking, but I don't think we have enough information on that, but it's possible.
To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I belonged.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part
Sounds
Qilin?
like that's not very common in Fontaine. Oops.
Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti
Wait, they
are
don't
real?
know?
So it's not just artistic license?
They didn't know?
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Guizhong Cursed itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Wait, that's weird though. I mean, like, if you're coming from Mondstadt, you're going to Liyue, someone's telling you, yeah, you know, the Adepti, like, are magical beings in the mountains. You're not gonna doubt them, right? If you're coming from Inazuma with all the yokai, you're going there, they tell you about it, you're not gonna doubt them. But maybe the people in that land also don't have anything mystical like that. Would be interesting. But I assume it must be the case, otherwise why would you suspect that it's just for marketing, right?
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
Don't worry, she'll go in overtime. She's used to that.
I can probably get through everything in 2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
Ganyu, you should probably sleep.
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep?
Don't tell me you're not aware of how she works.
Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Guizhong.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs. Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
Good. Or we could have helped you, but apparently not.
All right, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this search?
Yes, we do. And by that we could maybe get it over in 2 days if you're willing to put in the work.
You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Sure.
Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
Watch this space, Mr. Dvorak. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. I just...
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
Yeah, I'm sure the wind that guided you here feels the same way. So, sounds like a plan to me.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this Lantern Rite a true extravaganza.
Fancy words?
We should probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we're coming too!
I was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
Mine? Okay, Paimon's
music
answering.
Sounds... nice?
That's blunt.
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time.
It's a good
Let's
question,
revisit this
though.
question after the concert.
It's a really good question.
Lady Yuhang,
Baiwen, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang.
Wait, that's interesting though. That could very well help us. Nice.
But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
I understand. In that case,
Let us handle this one. I think that's perfectly in our little zone of work.
Yeah, Kuching, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry. Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it.
With the Traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with. Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Yujing Terrace and let me know.
We will do.
Will do. And say hi to Ningguang for us.
you have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Byron said this strange tune was coming from around here, right? But Paimon doesn't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering who in their right
Oh,
mind would come out to a
hey.
place like this.
Hello.
So, it's you two.
Wait, so Ningguang sent you, and we had to come? Are you sure it's that dangerous?
Yelan! How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack!
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
So, do you know anything about the music?
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining. Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Not really, but yeah, well, we have theories on what might not have happened.
Yelan, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well... Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
Then let us hear your expert's opinion. Come on.
What about you? Give up as well?
I don't know. It's difficult to theorize with subtle evidence.
Yep. It's not obvious at first sight, that's for sure. To be honest, I was only able to put it all together because of some background knowledge about this area. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind.
Okay, so they fled?
The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
Whew! That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
Well, we could follow the tracks.
On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today. Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway.
Yeah, true.
Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business.
True.
They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yelan.
Yeah, seems about right. She doesn't really need us. Why are we even here? We're not helping her, we're just chasing after her.
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
There they are! Look! A treasure hoarder tent!
Got them, I would say.
Not the treasure hoarders again! And so close to Lantern Rite, too! 'Tis not the season for their antics!
Hello there. We gotcha.
Hey! Who are you? Where did you come from?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay,
I would say so.
confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
If you would know her, you surely should be.
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a boss health bar. He's gonna be super strong. Tie him
Quietly now.
up. Bring him down.
Gotcha.
Curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all. There's no going back now.
Oh,
Better
there's
up my
certainly a
game.
way to go back now. Last chance. Oop.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
The zoom in should tell you that you should talk.
I won't, I swear. You know, so Lanternrite's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
Yeah,
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Hey, congrats, man. We're so sorry that you were not good at robbery. We're happy to help you out with that, absolutely.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do, and eventually I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave. But they did. And they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy. I couldn't resist.
So what you're saying is, you're not that bad at robbing after all. You just use
It was
tactics.
completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition. It'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
I think there's something fundamentally flawed with that. If someone like robs 5,000 whatever currency worth of value, and then you catch them, and then tell you, oh sorry, I didn't mean to, I will take it back. That just doesn't make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lanternrite behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity.
That's the problem here. We forced you to confess, and at that point it's not worth anything, so...
You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am!
She's the boss. Yep, she is.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself.
And the thing here is, like, Yelan might be pretty scary, but she's fair, and she gave him a lot of chances. Every single time we operate with her, she gives those people chances, but they just never take them.
There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
Yep, sure. Well done, Yelan. I certainly was not needed, but nice to see you.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here.
Okay.
You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too.
Scary. Thank you.
See you when I see you. And happy Lanternrite.
Okay. Help.
Yelan's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved.
Okay. Anyways. Well, that's gonna haunt my dreams.
Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete! Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
Well, I'm curious myself, but maybe it's gonna inflict more panic, so I don't know.
Right? How could anyone not be? When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing. And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts.
I mean, how on earth were you able to come up with that sentence while you were answering with nice to the question, what is music to you, earlier? Like, why didn't you just say that? That would have been so much of a better answer.
Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
Comes down to the ill will of the user. Bad deeds influence the emotions associated with the music. True.
Oh, really?
In that case, at least.
Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again!
I mean, when you look at it, it's music is not different to a siren, right? So the next time you hear like the ambulance going past you, it's basically also a piece of music, right? Someone composed that at least. Just doesn't have like a nice feeling to you. But it's a similar thing.
Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Byron's still waiting for us with our random event rewards. Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted.
Hello.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Ooh, there she is.
My greetings to both of you.
Hello.
Long time no see.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lanternrite. Don't mind us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies.
True, to a certain degree.
Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize. Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion.
Yeah, that sounds very fun. Unfortunately, I have already scheduled a meeting with Destiny at that time, so might need to do that on your own.
Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already thinking that far ahead?
Yeah, she's a businesswoman after all.
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name.
Are we? Sea Gazer, Sea Gazer. I feel like that's one of the ones that we just never met. or I'm completely... I might have completely forgotten them. There was Cloud Retainer, Mountain Shaper. Those are like the two that I remember. He died way before... Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
It's been a long time. I don't really recall.
On this marvelous Lantern Rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wonder whether the melodies will be to their liking.
I think it doesn't matter if it's to their liking, right? Probably gonna be just happy that there's still some wind of change.
Oh, they're gonna love them. Paimon's sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and heroes of the past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
True.
Well, let's hope so. I
What do you
heard that you'll
mean,
be
let's
going on a
hope
search
so?
with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend. I'm sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Yep, we'll absolutely tell you about that one. Is she falling asleep? Aww. We said, oh, she's gonna snap her neck if she continues like that. Oh no.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
And the question is, did she sleep last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus.
Yeah.
But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
Yeah, sounds very likely.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot?
Didn't he say it wasn't Liyue?
Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
But the lake was in Liyue, he said, right? So that really shouldn't be a problem. Probably with wings then.
Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
I mean, can she swim? I'm not sure. She certainly is able to freeze the pool, but or the lake, but
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while.
Creepy?
Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Very stealthy.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Yeah, that's exactly what Paimon said.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once. You may keep your thanks to yourself.
Can we keep that Paimon voice, please? It's so good. I love this. This reminds you of an old childhood television show. Oh, that's so good.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can,
You can?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However...
Wait. I mean, I might be stretching by my imagination here, but judging by the fact that there was a statue of Sea Shaper in the middle of, like, Liyue right now, there are good chances that it's actually Sea Shaper who saved that person. You still have some reservations?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode.
Right.
She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just...
OEJ, you certainly have a point there. That's true. I did not consider the obvious.
Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the topic.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear those stories. Maybe we'll do that.
Wait, did she leave already?
Wait, really?
Hey,
God's sake, Ganyu. Ready to meet the mighty bird. It was the bird, right?
I'm so tired from trying to keep up.
Yeah, pretty sure it was the
Don't
bird.
either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Maybe in the cave?
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, So in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Could she be doing something else then?
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Let me guess that it involves you not going anywhere.
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice as the story suggests, she'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
I had a feeling Paimon was gonna say that. And you're not really... Is there a plan to drown someone? That's a bad plan, Paimon.
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue.
Well, Paimon, if you're so sure, why don't we drown you?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim.
Yeah.
Paimon would sink like a rock.
Sounds about right. I guess I can try, but that's just gonna be a terrible idea.
Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center.
Are we really going to do this? It's so nice to swim here. Quest area reached. They really want to make me drown?
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
What? And no one came to save. End of story. So that was the bad ending. And now let's try to play for the good ending. I love how there are multiple endings to the stories in Genshin. It's really cool. Someone carries
What
your
is going
short.
on?
Zhao. Hi. God, that's gonna be embarrassing. Oh, and Shenhe as well.
How do you feel right now?
Okay.
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it.
Paimon, you started all of this. Like, that's your fault. Come on, do the explaining. Shit. You know, that's the feeling when you're like a little kid and you do something illegal. That was like something fun, but in the end, like, managed to get the police to your house. And now you gotta explain what you did. That's so dumb.
Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music.
I mean, both would... I think Zhao is good at playing music, but he doesn't quite fit the character profile either.
But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Thanks for reminding.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
So anyways, sorry for troubling you guys. That was, oops, sorry.
Glad you're okay.
Thanks. You're leaving already?
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
I'm sorry. I feel so sorry. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I got scolded.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind. Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lanternrite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like. I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However... Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last? Earlier this morning. She set off for Mount HuTao at dawn.
Okay.
I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire. So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode. Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yeah, the tension is a bit less, I guess.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continued to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor.
How's it been going? Made any progress? No?
Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me.
Oh, that's great.
But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
I get what she means. I mean, it's hard to, like... I can understand. She's a bit socially awkward and some social constructs really don't make sense. I guess Ganyu just gets a bit embarrassed when you call her Lady Ganyu, so that's probably most of the reason.
Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
Oh. Wait. No. You must... There's no way around that. She must have heard that during the Lantern Rite last year. No shot. Absolutely no shot.
It's... a kind of a happy or relaxing sound. Or, a nerve-wracking sound. Or even a terrifying one.
That's the worst description of music ever.
Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us.
She just doesn't know the word for it. Ah, that makes sense. Makes sense. But still, how would you describe music? Music is... It's hard to describe music, though. I wouldn't know how to describe it either. It's like... Well, I could describe it with other words that are not really helping her. Like, you could say it's some sort of tune with a melody and rhythms and harmonies and stuff, but if she doesn't know music, then she might as well not know those, right?
Yay! That's really helpful, thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
A combo of sounds. I like the description.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
She's probably just gonna bring us to some sound source. I don't know, a cave with water dropping from the ceiling or something.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Okay. You good, Paimon? Are you good?
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
My condolences, Paimon. So sorry for you.
Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all! Paimon heard you when you just spoke.
Yeah.
Anyway, where is this music?
Looks like we're out of brain juice.
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
I think birdsong is pretty close to it.
quite done with the description.
No, I think Birdsong is a pretty good description, or is that just me? I think it's pretty good. It's quite close.
Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
Oh. And a melody is?
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, Paimon, come on, go on, sing us a nursery rhyme. Perfect.
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon! Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not sing on demand without payment.
I can manage that.
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Wait, the one with the whopper flowers? I mean, alright. That's a different one though, right? That was beautiful though.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Luckily that did not attract whopper flowers this time.
That was a melody, and melodies can be called music.
But right, I do remember the melody now that they mentioned it.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber.
Exactly.
As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day.
That's the power of music, it's crazy.
So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep!
Yeah, that was surprisingly deep.
Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me.
Really? Aww.
I know some local folk songs. And a few other things come to mind, too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
Well, that's all the songs of Liyue Harbor, I guess.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination.
Yeah, I think we went over that in your quest, right? It was like 1.5 years ago?
The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it.
Everybody adores her. Like, there's no one that doesn't adore her.
Okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Keqing and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Aww, That means a lot coming from Shenhe.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Guizhong as well. I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
It's such an odd conversation. I'm not sure what is Guizhong gonna do. They're just gonna be eating flowers and Guizhong is gonna sit next to them really confused.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Well, yeah, that's part of the reason. But still, I think Guizhong might have a bit of a problem there.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Paimon, you're in trouble. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You can take Paimon.
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Oh wow, now you're really digging a grave.
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
Interesting parroting. Interesting. Very interesting. Also nice to see that the echo is still following you.
One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity.
Oh.
Well, shall one lead the way?
That would be perfect.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Right, in case we don't see you anymore until the Lantern Rite happens, happy Lantern Rite to you, Shenhe.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Such a catchy tune as well.
Is this Guili Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
I'm not sure.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike.
Zhongli's lover? Huh? Did I miss that? What? How do you guys know that?
Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor one was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Seagazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Yeah, jealous much?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended.
Yeah, that's the best kind of friend.
It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
Yeah, yeah, Paimon, you have something to fix here.
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table.
Being?
Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations?
This is usually called the
At
stove
the sight
god.
of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking.
Right. Is Gobak though? Did they call him the stove god? That's such a nice title.
Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
That sounds awful. I'm sorry, yeah. No, that sounds very annoying, I agree.
Precisely. So, as you can see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional blunder.
God, it's so annoying. You gotta drink from the corner, I guess? Who would make such a... well...
Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter. Each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains, until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
I imagine how easy it would be to level certain characters.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story? Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow.
Yeah, sorry.
One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning.
Oops.
No matter. One will share the whole story with you now. In times gone by, one quarreled
her
oft
echo
with
is gone.
Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vopus mechanism was superior.
Okay, that's her, and that's...
Though one was
That's
too
her?
proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the
Oh,
superior
Guizhong looks so
talent in the
cute.
mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul.
And
An
that's
emotional
pink?
enterprise that could never hope
that
to be
looks so
replicated by
cool.
machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world.
Man, I want to have all those characters.
But these good times were not to last.
Well,
War
of course
broke
not,
out
it's Genshin.
between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her
Oh, that
lifeless
must be
body.
terrible for Zhongli.
After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device.
That's from her. Oh, okay.
Many Lantern Rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes.
Maida was a different one.
Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing.
Yeah,
One's
they even
dealings
called the
with
Guizhong the
Guizhong
Lantern
were
Rite.
born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Man, is it just me or like ever since the whole Kamria thing happened, so probably like those 500 years ago, before, oh, well, probably before the Archon Wars. So roughly around that time, so everything before that was just, it seemed so nice. Everyone had a good time, the gods were happy, everyone was working together, gave as much as they can and took as little as they needed. It sounds so beautiful, but why do things always go downhill?
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted.
Yeah, sure.
But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own.
I don't get why she is not using her human form then. Is it just convenience? Or why is Madame Ping using her human form, I guess?
Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Yeah.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhongli wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now.
Sorry for bringing you down memory lane.
The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once. Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetward Rambler.
That could be, yeah.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam P.
That's sad.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds. Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time.
Oh, well, I mean, at least that's not gonna happen, so that's partially good.
As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetward Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Well, hard to say.
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
That could be.
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, Could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an Adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
Yep, Ganyu's absolutely right there.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
Well, I'm not sure if she would be up for that, but we could surely ask.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss, one in Ping could meet any day of the year.
Oh, come on, don't be so stubborn.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Come on, if nothing else, do it for Ganyu.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Yep.
Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there, and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
The worst thing that could happen is that it fails, so why don't we try?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
That bird is everywhere.
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
God's sake, mother.
Whoa! Madame Ping and Cloud Retainer?
What a surprise.
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Man, you're slow flying bird.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Paimon, are you kidding me? You're doing this on purpose, right?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madame Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
I think she's having a harder time than Madame Ping has.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
Great setup, great setup.
Huh?
Just completely offloaded.
All right. So, This all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life.
Ganyu recounts the story to Madame Ping.
Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Ah, let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Yeah, don't worry. Paimon's just being like out of brain juice again. It's fine. Just continue.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
Oh, there is no harm done. After all, Lanternrite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as...
So how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
I mean, that sentence is probably showing like how modest he is, but I'm not sure if it's like modest to say if you reach like 100% of your absolute potential, then you might as well be roughly on my level. Not sure if... Well, there's some sort of modesty in there, I'm sure.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one...
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madame Ping looks very emotional right now.
Well, it is a hard story. She's been through a lot in her time.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh yeah, music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
Oh, well, let's see what she thinks.
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm. It's been a long time since I played this zither, My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody.
Yeah, maybe something like that is not meant to be performed.
There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Oh, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on.
You never do that. And I don't think it's supposed to work like that. If we lose all the memories, it would be pretty sad.
But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time.
Exactly.
Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that, even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Yep. That takes a lot of maturity in a sense, and takes a lot of time especially, and development.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the Lanternrite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny!
Oh, man. Yeah, Madame Ping is way too connected in the city.
Whoa.
Yanfei.
What's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Not really, no.
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful, I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lanternrite, everyone.
Happy Lanternrite, Yanfei.
Happy Lanternrite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some, work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now.
Okay, you sound kind of nervous.
I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Suspicious.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
Yeah, Ganyu can't act for shit, and Alhaitham is a freaking Oscar winner.
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
Oh yeah.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Yeah, that might be the problem here.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
Really, was it? I feel like it wasn't until we basically forced you to come here.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
We will surely do.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day.
Nah, it's absolutely fine.
As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Wow, that'd be great! We'll look forward to it.
Okay, yeah.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news. Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuching's here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
How's the concert looking?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious?
Yeah, involved a lot of talking with a big bird, but we got there. You recount the story of the fairy lady.
I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend?
Looks like it.
That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Yeah, how things change, huh?
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
Can't wait for like one day to just look for Madame Ping and she's in her 20s again.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do that later, probably.
That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you all the best at the music festival. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Wait, are you serious? Huh. Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Well, one person more in the crowd doesn't really matter. Even if it's an important one. Just treat it like any other performance. Come on.
Okay, alright.
You got this.
Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Good luck.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even finished telling him everything. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
Yep, more than it sounds nice. Really? Really? Do you think so?
Please, share your insights with me.
Okay, Paimon, shoot. Come on.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet.
Yeah.
And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
Okay, now we're getting a bit more fluent. That was a pretty broad summary, but not the most detailed. Yep.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile.
Happy Lantern Rite then.
Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
Whew. That should be everything taken care of, right? Oh, no, wait. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. What was it? Oh, it feels like it was a while ago.
What is she thinking about?
Shoot! Layton...
Oh!
Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots!
Right, damn it, Zhongli. Baboozle soup, right, forgot about that.
Said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right?
Shit, I completely forgot about him.
Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked them by himself. Ugh. Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
He must be starving. What is HuTao doing? Are they rocking together? Oh god, please tell me they are performing.
Oh!
All right, let's take a break here.
Please. Please tell me she's performing.
Oh wow,
Awesome.
look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
For sure.
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight?
Imagine.
Okay.
Imagine you're just going to a funeral parlor. The first thing you notice is just the director just rapping in front of the building. That deserves a wow, I guess.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow.
I love her voice acting so much.
We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
That's not scary at all. No, no, no.
Invisible audience members?
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Interesting comparison.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all.
Then go ahead.
There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition. With my words, Xinyan's chorus, and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
Well, heck yeah, go for it.
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore! Oh, now Paimon's rhyming along. But when you say flames roaring, are you sure this'll be safe?
No, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Guizhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this one.
She's good with that, don't worry. She got this. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot again. Damn it. Have you guys seen Zhongli? He must be starving. He's looking for soup.
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends.
So he already has food?
It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
He said the boys' night out. Why is everyone having a night out? I feel excluded.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new.
Okay.
I can speak to that. HuTao is always full of fun surprises.
Oh yeah, go figure.
And jump scares.
Go figure.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Oh, sure thing. I'm all ears.
Oh, Traveler and Paimon, I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses.
Okay.
You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
If you dare, then I'll be there as well. Don't worry.
Okay, everyone. I think that's a long enough break. Let's take it from the top, shall we?
Miss Eunice, such a strict mentor. These breaks aren't even long enough to have a sip of tea.
Well, you were desperate to get involved, and this is what it takes. If I gave you half the chance, you'd be sipping tea till nightfall.
Hey, how about I treat us all to some late-night snacks once we're done? HuTao, what you craving?
How about some stir-fried filet with a side of crab roe tofu?
Luxurious.
Where are we gonna find crab roe tofu so late at night?
We could always just go pester masterful chef Zhongli.
That's a nice way
Now
to
I'm
put it.
hungry. All right, let's knock this out and then go grab some food.
So if I bury a lot of dead bodies in my basement, does that mean I have a lot of guests all the time according to HuTao? I think it does. You are all gonna be my guests, don't worry. I got your backs.
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer! And illuminated bird number 2!
God, what is more disrespectful than calling someone illuminated bird? Illuminated bird number 2 is certainly on the list. Damn, Paimon, stop it. They're deities. Don't do that to them. Greetings everyone, long time no see, and I'm not acquainted to that flying thing next to me.
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great! But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
There's big boy Ether.
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable timing.
Yeah, we're a bit late, I'm sorry. We beat the game, guys, we found Zag.
Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism. Is that?
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Ah, that's what she carried over here. Okay.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? Actually, never mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
You care about the name of the device, but... Oh, well...
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey?
Yeah, and I suspect you knew that.
Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us.
Yep, nicely put.
When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Yeah.
Zhongli! HuTao told us to tell you something.
Oh yeah, it was not an invitation, it was a threat that HuTao told us, but...
She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses! When she says performance, she must mean the Lanternrite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Great.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
Give me this soup, the bamboozle soup. Please tell me they call it bamboozle soup. Okay, now I'm so ready for the performance. Show me.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is HuTao, and this is a little something called...
Oh, Xinyan. Okay.
The Flame Lilies!
God, like it.
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Oh god, I love it. That's like the
Does
embodiment
anyone have
of
any
just having
plans
fun.
tomorrow? With another
Oh,
year
it's so
behind
good.
us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Of course, we gotta have some dating. Zhao knowing no rest.
Master, listen!
One is for Guizhong.
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao Lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen.
Oh, no.
And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its
Oh, no.
magnificence for all.
Oh no, what is she creating? Oh, it's such a beautiful song, by the way. What? Can't wait to see live performances of all the new songs.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
Yeah, happy Lantern Rite, and for all the Chinese folk, happy Chinese New Year. I hope it's a blessed one. I think that's exactly what Zhongli said. It's gonna be a blessed one. That was absolute timing for the beat, Proxy. Oh, it was so beautiful. Oh god, the rapping of HuTao just killed me.
Oh, so lively! This is how a festival should be.
Rapping just absolutely killed me.
Okay, now I need to get a move on and write my next song.
Listen to you. You only just fulfilled one lifetime dream. Are you really thinking about your next goal already?
Don't try to tell me you ain't the same way. I bet you've already thought up a name for your next opera, haven't you?
Probably.
You know me too well, Xinyan. The Adeptus Seeking Voyage. How does
Oh
that
well, seems
sound?
like we've already been turned into another opera piece, which is nice. I don't mind that.
Oh man! Yeah, I can already picture it.
I've also got just the finishing line for it. I'll close with, "And the celestial melody echoed through the clouds forevermore."
Wow, Lanternrite is every year such a bliss. I love that they took a new twist to it, though. If they're gonna keep, like, renewing the stuff they do for the Lanternrite every year, that's so cool. Oh, was she sitting here in the beginning as well? Oh, this was instead of breath of fresh air. That feels like literally when you have these traditions and then the young people start to, like, not ruin the tradition, but put something new into the mix. I really like that. I need to rewatch HuTao's rapping because... Oh god, that made me crack up. Hello, disembodied voice here. Just want to say how thankful I am for having these Lanternrite quests every single time I've played through them. They were so nice, and this time again, I'm super glad that we had it. This was a lot sadder, but ended up on a very happy note for me this year, while last year's was overall more happy, but then again ended up making me so sad. Well, it was a different kind of sadness, but I'm still so thankful for having these quests, and probably one of the most enjoyable things in all of 2023 so far, and probably one of the most enjoyable things we had in 2022. So, wow, yeah, thank you. And if you managed to watch this far and are still listening to my disembodied voice, then thank you very much for supporting me, and I hope you have a great 2023 and great year of the rabbit. And on that term, Xinyan Kuala.